Hi man, peace. It's Bronzebird here with another video. Before I begin, you know, but so I know a lot of people are using a lot of these apps nowadays. Apps are being driven to, draw in the crowds, have relative conversations, build up future celebrities, and expose more of the things that's going on in your world, and also help platforms for inspiring artists, whatever they may be, music artists, art artists, photographers, and all these different things. You see, the thing about with these apps is it gives people the choice to do whatever they want, even here on YouTube. The fact that you can do whatever type of content you like. And if you follow the protocols and you do the right things, your channel can blow up. Everything happened for you, whatever it is. We remember back in the days, there were so many apps. Kids remember growing up on things like MySpace, Facebook, all these different things. But the one thing a lot of people did understand subconsciously, but ignored it anyway, is that these apps more than likely was taking your information and selling it for a good value. And the fact of the matter, they knew more stuff about you than you knew about yourself, your habits, and all those other things. So the reason I mention this is because it comes to the fact that TikTok is now in hot water because it seems as if it's a surveillance type of app for China. So the US is having some type of pull on it right now and having a discussion, but it didn't surprise me because something about TikTok didn't ring right to me at all. There was something about TikTok that I couldn't trust, and I still don't trust. Same thing that happened with Snapchat. And you remember in 2014, they had those little facial recognition things where it would be able to, you put your face on the TikTok app and then you could be all these different characters and stuff like that. Facial recognition technology, something I didn't really like. I know family members of mine like that whole entire thing with Snapchat, but I wasn't feeling it. So, TikTok is no different. I expect that from TikTok, which is originally musically, but it's just funny how things is coming to the woodfire, like everybody's surprised as if all of these apps don't have no type of surveillance type of thing in them where they can expose your information and find out who you really are. And especially how US is, where you could easily look up somebody's information and find them, whoever they are, whatever they're hiding against, like you can find their information. So it's just funny how things come forward. So check a look at this article, and before begin, make sure you like and subscribe. So it says TikTok is a massive surveillance tool for China. Senators warn as Biden admin weighs proposals to spare app from US ban. Well, I mean, this is something we've been knew, but like I said, I didn't trust TikTok, and I mean, especially if I knew it was owned by China. We already know China is doing all these different things. Now, imagine if it was owned by Russia. That would have been a different story. Two U.S. senators called TikTok a Chinese surveillance tool, issuing a bipartisan warning as the Biden administration weighs a deal that could let the video sharing app keep operating in the US. It's not just the content you upload to TikTok, but all the data on your phone, other apps, all your personal information, even facial imagery, even where your eyes are looking on your phone, which is something I expected from many apps that we use. Instagram is no different. Um, like I said, Snapchat is definitely no different. That was basically doing the facial recognition when you guys were sitting up there having, using all these weird ass tools to contour your face. And then, next thing you know, you're putting bunny ears and all this other stuff on top of your head and stuff like that to look cute. But, teachers on. Arkansas Republican Tom Cotton said on Fox News Sunday, TikTok is one of the most massive surveillance programs ever, especially on America's young people, he said. The app is an enormous threat, Senate Intelligence Committee Chair Mark Warner, a Virginia Democrat, said on the program. All of that data that your child is inputting and receiving is being stored somewhere in Beijing, he said. President Joe Biden's administration is seeking a security agreement with TikTok to spare it from a U.S. ban floated under his predecessor, Donald Trump. Critics remain concerned that data can leak to China via the popular app owned by Beijing based ByteDance Limited. Two influential Republican lawmakers, Senator Marco Rubio of Florida and Representative Mark Gallagher of Wisconsin said this month they're introducing legislation to ban TikTok from use in the US and criticized the Biden administration for taking insufficient action. Well, my thing about it is this: if you're going to ban an app from being used in America, why don't you ban the fact of the matter that a lot of these websites that we're using is taking our information and then sitting up there having cookie and using cookies as a way to basically take our information, sell it back to other third party members or third party organizations and not telling us? I find it funny that they want TikTok to be the main thing that's invading our privacy when you invade our privacy every day. And we live in a surveillance state. So I'm kind of concerned on how TikTok is just the main catalyst to now American politicians being concerned for the safety of Americans because it's affecting children, but it's affecting everyone. Just like every day you can go outside and there's cameras all over the place where you live in the inner city. Bullshit. FBI Director Christopher Wray reiterated the Bureau's national security concerns last week, telling a House panel that potential Chinese government access to users' data and or software is reason to be extremely concerned. Well, let's say this: different times that you guys have allowed a lot of these Chinese companies to come into America to install your favorite cameras in different public settings, why is it that now you have a problem when it comes to this random app TikTok because they have that much exposure to Generation Z and A? Like, help me understand this. TikTok security proposal draws skepticism. The administration is weighing on a proposal to allow TikTok to continue to operate in the US, where it has millions of mostly young users under ByteDance ownership. The arrangement would include routing US user traffic through servers maintained by Oracle Corp, with a US based database giant auditing the app's algorithms. TikTok Chief Executive Officer Shuzi Chu said last week that the company is working on an effort called Project Texas that will isolate sensitive data from its American users so that only staff in the US will have access, which means US, you're probably still going to be looking at people's data anyway. So what are you talking about? Speaking at the Bloomberg New Economy Forum in Singapore, he called the effort extremely difficult and expensive to build, but aimed at the concerns of American officials. TikTok has said that certain employees outside the US can access information from American users, but denies that it is shared with the Chinese government. I don't believe that. Warner expressed skepticism, saying the code for the app is written in China and that it essentially serves a broadcast medium that could attempt to sway app users on contentious issues like Taiwan. Cotton renewed advice for Americans to delete the app and even get a new phone. Hmm. The Justice Department is trying to come up with a solution, Warner said. I'm going to take a look at that solution, but they've got a huge mountain to climb. Well, those who's using TikTok right now, if you are in the US, be very aware because I mean, there's nothing else to really say on that. I just believe that pretty much when it comes to US, they lie when it comes to your privacy. Your privacy is not your privacy. Any person who has their name out there, they can obviously look up your information, where you live, what's your phone number, what's your place of employment, all these different things. So, US can save the bull when it comes to this whole entire thing about America breaching over the privacy of this random app TikTok, because these other apps that's out here can also use your information, use facial recognition, and already have your database stored. That's what surveillance state is already about. I mean, there's only like maybe one state I know that doesn't allow people to sell their information, which I believe is California, because every time I see it on different apps, it says it. But otherwise, not pretty much the whole of America. You could save me with the nonsense when it comes to TikTok because pretty much every app you use has your information in some way, shape, or form. IP address and all these different things is accessible because America allows that stuff. So a Chinese company like TikTok, and you're gonna tell me this stuff? Whatever. Make sure you give me your thoughts in the comment section. Otherwise than that, make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.